Roxine Helberg, thanks for joining me to talk about your new thriller, Cold Copy. Wow. Now, creating the character of Mia, how do you get inside the mind of a character and then be able to write that character? I'm really intrigued by that because this is a very deep woman who's had some issues in her past, and we really get to know her. But that's not you. So how do you create that character?
Mia is an ambitious journalism student who embodies that slightly mix of young, relentless ambition on the one hand and insecurity on the other. And I think despite her more front-facing flaws or her, occasional detachment and awkwardness, she is someone grappling with the distance between the life they want for themselves and the sort of dawning terror that they lack the ability to really achieve it. And my approach to writing her and Diane came down to realizing that these are two women with at the very core the same drive,
Right.
and that's success as a door to validation. I think they seek that status because they feel deprived of connection. And in Mia's case, because she lost her mother and as an adult struggles with social connection. And in Diane's, because she wanted to break away from what she saw as a dead end, lonely childhood from the start. And the dance they then get to do throughout the film is rooted in that the fact that they're superficially so different, but centrally so similar.
Right. Um, that, speaking about loss and how that develops your character, Diana and Mia aren't the most likable characters in the world, and that's a really bold choice to bring two of your main people together. And I didn't really like them, but I had to find out what happened to them. But that's when you bring in Igor, who, we have such heart and compassion for this young boy, again, who has experienced loss. Tell me about that theme of loss and how bringing Igor's different aspect into that really affects the story.
Oh, he is so charming and genuine and unpretentious, and he's sort of at ease with himself in contrast to Mia. And yeah, you're right. He's the heart of the story. In a story that is about the cost of abandoning truth, he's that cost. And Mia has made him into the exact thing he doesn't want to be. He's someone who's trying to escape a story and the shadow of his mother's success in order to connect with others as a person. Mia is trying to find the story, the success at the cost of connection. And so there's a nice mirror there. So with Igor, what was most important was that he represent the opposite, someone with similar hardship in life, but who hasn't turned that struggle into fuel for something dark.
Okay, very good. I like that aspect of mirroring each other. And I mentioned at the very beginning, Tracy Ellis Ross plays Diana. I mean, what a powerhouse. And tell me about directing her and what kinds of cues or information did you give her so that she really brought this dynamic woman to life?
I mean, when you work with someone of her caliber, your job is just to stay out of her way. I mean, she's just she's so talented but she's also a really interesting person, and I think that that enriches um her performance. The thing is, she's charisma embodied, but she can also plumb to these incredible emotional depth when she wants to, and it's effortless. And that was really perfect for Diane because you need the audience to be wowed by her and to fall under her spell a little in the way that Mia does, so that when the deeper emotional cracks start to show, it has real impact. And, it was just so exciting to see Tracy play a character like Diane because I had never seen her play a character like that before.
I haven't either, but that just shows you she can do anything and everything. As a journalist myself, I cringed several times at aspects of these characters and their intrinsic values or their integrity, or maybe I should say lack thereof. What do you hope people will take away from this film?
On one level, I hope they feel drawn and interested and galvanized and thought provoked. And on the other, I want them to leave, feeling uneasy about the way truth can be weaponized and how that's affecting us as human beings. Um, I don't think that the movie presents answers to that problem, and it's not meant to. It's meant to show this idea that manipulation and dishonesty will always breed more of the same, and that it always has a personal cost, and that we can all fall prey to it. Um, and I hope it's a fun ride.
Oh, it's definitely a fun ride. And, this is all about the interview process and what happens during these interviews and editing. Having this be the story that you're telling, did you have any like qualms or hesitations about doing interviews?
When I was writing the script, to sort of immerse myself in that world of sort of high stake journalism, I watched a lot of interviews. That was the element that felt most essential. I watched so many great interviewers like Oriana Fallaci or Christiane Amanpour, to get a sense of the rhythm and how these experts put their interviewees in a position where they're sort of compelled to open up.
Okay.
Um, and I think that that's that high wire act that makes this kind of journalism so engrossing. I think there are so many incredible journalists out there. I wasn't nervous because I think most journalists want to tell the truth.
Okay.
And my hope is that the amazing work that so many journalists do will get the eyes it deserves, and that sensationalist journalism will fade into the past. I don't know which side will win, but I know which I'd prefer.
Yeah, you and me both. You and me both. Tell our viewers and listeners where they can see Cold Copy.
So Cold Copy is coming out this Friday, the 26th of January in select theaters. And you can also find it on VOD, online, on iTunes. I hope you guys watch it. It's a really fun ride.
It really is. Roxine Helberg, thank you so much for joining me to talk about this thrilling, chilling look into human nature and journalism. Thank you.